And welcome to Milroy, Minnesota for the second to final day of State C Amateur Baseball. The final day here at the Yankees ballpark. 8 teams left vying for a championship. They have to win 3 games. 2 games today, 1 game tomorrow. Right now it's Bluffton, the Braves, taking on the St. Patrick Irish. And you'll see it right here on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Batting third, playing.
The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
Number 16, Josh Dykoff.
Andy Price and Greg Wolfer with you from Milroy as we see the Bluffton Braves being introduced. Bluffton up on Highway 10 between Wadena and New York Mills, taking on the St. Patrick Irish down by New Prague, the little hamlet by New Prague. And that will be our matchup here for this first quarterfinal game. Bluffton has advanced in by winning their region championship and getting 2 wins here in the tournament. They have yet to give up a run. They beat Randall 10-run in 7 innings, 11-0 last Saturday right here in Milroy. In fact, Bluffton hasn't left Milroy, and they will try to get to the championship by playing all their games here in Milroy. They beat Sartell last night in a classic 1-0, where they were able to outduel Dave Demansky, the great pitcher from Sartell, and they win it in the 12th inning, 1-0. And that moves them in. And when we talked to them this morning, they said that was the greatest win that they know in their town's history. Both these teams looking for their state championship ever, and both trying to advance onto the semifinals, which will be played later today. Over on the other side, the green-clad St. Patrick Irish have won 3 games to get here. They had to play the first weekend. They beat Regal 5-1. They defeated Rochester 10-1. And then yesterday, they got off to a very fast start and clobbered Carver 16-4. That one in 8 innings on 16 base hits. So they've double-digit runs in their last 2 wins, and they have only given up 6 runs total in their 3 games. They are the home team. They are taking the field right now. So we're going to continue to take a look at this, and we'll start the starting lineups. Manager Dustin Geezer for the Bluffton Braves, and he is sending out to the field a lineup that is very similar to the lineup that we have seen the last 2 games. Tom Tellers will play second base and bat first. Cody Geezer, his son, will be the designated hitter and bat second. Jake Dykoff, who's pitched so well in the 2 games, he's 1-0 with 15 innings pitched and 26 strikeouts. He'll be playing left field and batting third. Brother Justin is the pitcher today, and we'll talk a little bit more about Justin when we get it to the bottom half of the inning. He'll be batting fourth. Kyle Dykoff batting fifth. He's an uncle. Josh Dykoff, another of the brothers, the Jake, Justin, Josh group, is catching. Wyatt Hammond is at first base batting seventh. Sam Tellers will be batting eighth and playing right field, and Preston Warren will be in center field. And we're going to step aside right now for the anthem. Well, we're done with the anthem and the ready to play baseball this morning as St. Patrick has taken the field, and they'll begin warming up and in the field for the Irish of St. Patrick. Their pitcher will be Philip Garcia. Garcia has made a relief appearance so far in their 3 games, and we'll give you a little bit more as we go on from there. Catching Matt Ambrose, who was a hitting hero in Game 1 against Regal. His brother Seth Ambrose, both Division I hockey players. He's at first base. Justin Garacki, the manager's son, is at second base. At shortstop, Jack Fridges. And at third base, Ryan Fridges. So Fridges on the left side. And then in the outfield, they have Jace Westman in left field, Kyle Rodas in center, and Zach Andrus in right field. So that is how it all matches up at this point in time. I was looking at the players listed on the lineup and noticing that Colin Dank, the pitcher for St. Patrick, who is a Minnesota State University pitcher as well, he's been their ace all year long. He's not in the dugout as of right now, and we'll try to advance that story if they, in fact, advance on to the semifinals. St. Patrick, he pitched a complete game in their first game, and he has not pitched the last 2 games. And their pitcher for the last 2 days, Zach Sauer, who pitched very well, picking up 2 wins in starting 15 innings pitched. He was there, but Zach, likely going yesterday, will not necessarily be seen today. So Garcia has 2 innings pitched, 0 runs, 0 hits. He pitched in relief in their second win when they got ahead early against St. Patrick and rolled on to the win. So we are ready to go here in this quarterfinal game, and we'll keep you abreast on what's happening over in Springfield right now as their first game is going on. There's 4 teams playing in Milroy today, 4 teams playing in Springfield. The winners of these first 2 games will play each other tonight at 6 o'clock, and the winner of that will move on to championship play tomorrow in Springfield. So here we go. First pitch from Garcia to the number 1 hitter, Tom Tellers, the second baseman, and the pitch is in for a strike. Garcia sets out of the windup and will kick and deliver the 0-1 pitch, and it's in for strike 2. They're shading the leadoff hitter just a little bit to the left-hand side in the outfield, playing him straight up in the infield. 0-2 pitch from Garcia is a breaking pitch, and it misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Bluffton has not given up a run in the tournament so far. St. Patrick in 3 wins has given up a run in every game, but they have moved on. And a swing and a miss, and Tellers goes down on the fastball from Garcia. And there's 1 down, bringing up Cody Geezer.
Now batting designated hitter number 7, Cody Geyser.
First pitch inside to Cody, and Garcia reloads the 1-0 pitch is over the plate, off speed a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We are in the top of the first inning of this quarterfinal game in Class C. We do have championship coverage in Class B. That starts at 1 o'clock from Shakopee. Another pitch over the zone as Garcia has found the strike zone early on, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind blowing out of the west today here, so from center field to left. A little grounder towards second. Over there making the play is Garacki. He's going to throw on to Ambrose, so Jordan Garacki to Seth Ambrose, and it's 2 up, 2 down. Now Jake Dykoff comes to the plate. Jake Dykoff, 2 for 8 so far in his 2 games with a run and 2 RBI. Jake has been the pitcher. He's 21 years old, graduate of Wadena. And the first pitch is fouled off from Garcia to Jake Dykoff. As I mentioned, he has been the workhorse on the mound. He pitched 15 innings so far with 26 strikeouts. Today, he's going to play left field. I asked him before the game. He says just a little bit sore. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were to move their way on if we don't see Jake back on the hill at some point in time, either later tonight or tomorrow in some form of a relief type appearance after going out there yesterday and out-dueling to a point Sartell's ace Demansky. 2-strike pitch. They've set up outside. Ambrose does, and it's where he's set up, and the pitch is there. It's outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball is lifted for a base hit to left field. It's going to one hop out there to Westman. And a single for Dykoff. So Justin Dykoff has come to the plate, and he's the starting pitcher. For St. Patrick, or for Bluffton today against St. Patrick. And he'll hit from the left side. He pitched yesterday to finish the game, and he actually picked up the win. We'll talk a little bit more about that when he takes to the hill. But now he comes to the plate in the top of the first inning. 2 outs with a runner at first base, and that's his brother at first base. Justin's 19 years old. He's playing college ball up in Fergus Falls right now. Well, not right now. Right now he's actually here. Milroy, Minnesota, trying to lead Bluffton to the semifinals. It's a quarterfinal matchup, and he grounds it towards the middle. Garacki is there, and he'll just flip it on to the shortstop for the out. So Dykoff grounds into the fielder's choice, and it's Garacki to Fridges for the out, and Justin into the fielder's choice ends the inning. So we're going to keep it here for the bottom of the first inning and set the lineup again for the St. Patrick Irish and the defense for Bluffton. In Milroy, Minnesota at the Yankees Park, Andy Price and Greg Wolfert with you. The Irish will come to the plate with the shortstop leading off, Jack Fridges, who we just saw. Jordan Garacki is batting second. Kyle Rodas, the center fielder, will bat third. Matt Ambrose, who homered in his first game here a week ago Sunday, on a 3-run homer against Regal. He'll be batting fourth. His brother Seth is at first base and batting fifth. Dom DeLuca will be the designated hitter batting sixth. Ryan Fridges, the third baseman, bats seventh. Zach Andrus is the right fielder batting eighth. And Jace Westman is the left fielder batting ninth. The defense will look like this for the Bluffton Braves. Pitching, as we have mentioned, is Justin Dykoff. Josh Dykoff, who's been playing center field at times, he'll come in and play catcher. The Dykoff's versatile both all over the field. Wyatt Hammond is at first base. Tom Teller's at second. Peyton Rondesvet will be playing shortstop. Rondesvet right now not in the batting order. He's being DH for. Kyle Dykoff is at third. He's the uncle of the group. Jake Dykoff in left field. Preston Warren is in center field. And Sam Tellers is the right fielder. So it is Justin Dykoff against Jack Fridges. And Fridges comes into this play 5 for 11. And he looks at strike one. 5 for 11 with 8 runs scored. And an RBI. 4 walks. The 0-1 pitch misses in the count level 1-1 to Jack Fridges, who wears 11. Fastball up. So we were mentioning about Justin Dykoff, and he came in yesterday and pitched 4 innings of perfect relief. And just as I say that, on the cue of perfect, he gives up a base hit to Jack Fridges. So Fridges' 6th hit so far of the tournament.
Now batting second baseman number 1.
6 for 12, hitting .500, and he's at first base, and Jordan Garacki to the plate. So Jordan, who led the Irish in most hitting categories during the regular season, playing for his dad. Garacki coming into the game 5 for 11 as well. 3 runs and a couple runs batted in tournament play. They've played 3 games. Bluffton has just played 2. As I mentioned, and not trying to, again, stop a streak or jinx anything, they have not given up a run so far in the tournament through 19 innings. They played a short game, 7 innings, and a 10-run win. And a line drive out to right, and just not misplaying it, but coming in for a second thinking he was going to get there. Throw on to third, and the runner's going to go. Garacki sees the throw on to third. So down on the throw will go Garacki. So runners now at second and third as Fridges was in safe easily on the
Batting center fielder number 2, Kyle Rodas.
throw, and down on the throw is Garacki singling to right. So runners at second and third and nobody out, and out trying to get off to another fast start they have in their last 2 games the St. Patrick Irish. And the fastball from Dykoff is high and in. Little tapper back to the mound. Dykoff falls to his seat, is able to look to the runner at third, looking back and get the out. So nice play by Justin Dykoff. Solid defensive play. He fields his position. Even though he slips and falls, he's able to look back the runner at third and get the out at first base. So that's going to bring up Matt Ambrose. And Matt Ambrose was the home run hero in week 1, which was now 2 weeks ago today. Matt, a Division I hockey player from New Prague High School. Strike one. Went on to play at Nebraska Omaha. He looks at strike one. And then he hits a pitch, hard, foul, breaking ball that he's out ahead of. And he's now down 0-2 to Justin Dykoff. The breeze picking up. I'd say it's at least in the 5 to 12 mile an hour range, but it is blowing straight out of the west. So a hooking ball towards left field has a chance to get out. Swing and a miss, and Justin Dykoff finds something a little bit in the tank right there and rears back and picks up a few miles per hour and blows a high fastball right past Matt Ambrose. So Ambrose strikes out, and that brings up Seth Ambrose. Seth Ambrose, 3 for 11 so far in tournament play. 2 runs and an RBI. Strike one. The Bluffton crowd has come out. They were very excited, very vocal last night in their win over Sartell. Big celebration when they plated the first run. And Seth Ambrose fouls back the high fastball, and now Justin Dykoff is ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Can he strand them? 0-2 pitch on the way. And it is hit to left. It's hit pretty well, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder. And Jake Dykoff raises his hands. A little victory. That ball was hit hard, and it was carrying, but he was able to track it down right in front of the warning track. And so a hard hit out from Seth Ambrose, and we're going to go to the top of the second. No score. Already looking to be a good one today. Winner moves on to the semifinals later today here in Milroy and is 3 wins away right now. You're 3 wins away from championship baseball. We'll be right back. All right, we are in the top of the second inning, scoreless. 2 hits for St. Patrick in that first inning, and they're going to leave 2 runners on. 1 hit and a runner left on for the Bluffton Braves. Bluffton up on Highway 10. You can go through St. Patrick as you're heading between Jordan and New Prague. 2 very small communities, one a little smaller than the other, but they are big baseball communities with great baseball tradition, and they are playing in the state quarterfinals. Garcia delivers a strike fastball at the knees to the number 5 hitter, Kyle Dykoff. Kyle, the uncle of the Dykoff brothers playing. Pitch inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Garcia will not be at the plate. He is just pitching today. He'll be DH for. He wears number 28. The right-hander kicks and delivers, and it's foul, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Right now it's about getting as many innings as you can out of your pitchers, solid quality innings, because if you want to keep advancing, you're playing a lot of baseball now over 3 days from Saturday to Monday. Ground ball, and it is going to be just foul. Just wide of the bag, and we're talking inches wide of the bag at third. That call made by the home plate umpire, Mickey Rademacher. He is at behind the dish wearing the mask, and out on the field, Craig Ehrlichman will be your field umpire as we have quarterfinal play today from Milroy and Springfield. Breaking ball misses outside, and we have a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Fairmont and Buffalo playing the early game over in Springfield, and we'll keep you up to date on that. That one, just like this, is scoreless. 2-2 the count. Low. Garcia misses, and Ambrose actually dropped the ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count to the leadoff hitter here in the second inning, the number 5-hole hitter, Kyle Dykoff. He also plays the 5 position, third base on your scorebook. He just nubs it off the end of the bat. Garcia is quickly off the mound. They're going to say it's a foul ball. Right now, the umpires are going to gather. I think the home plate umpire thought it was strictly a fair ball. The base umpire, Ehrlichman, thought he saw the ball off of the batter. If the ball is off the batter, then it is a foul ball, and they are going to agree that it is a foul ball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Dykoff, and Kyle for the tournament, 1 for 9, but he does have a run and 2 runs batted in his tournament 2 games so far. They had a 10-run win, 11-0 actually the final against Randall in the first game of the tournament, and Nelson's able to get the strikeout. So instead of the 1-3 out, we'll just call it a strikeout, and that is Nelson's second strikeout of the game. Josh Dykoff. The catcher today, and he is hitting from the left side, wearing number 16. Josh is just 16 years old. He's at Wadena High School, the only member of the crew still at Wadena. 1 ball and a strike to the left-handed hitting number 6-hole hitter. Josh has had a good batting average, 5 for 8 so far in the tournament, a run and 2 runs batted in. There was just 1 run scored in that game yesterday, and they scored it in the top of the 12th inning. 2 balls and a strike. In for a strike, and the count levels 2-2, 1 out. It was a pitching duel between Jake Dykoff and David Demansky, and then ended up it was Justin who finished it off for Bluffton and got the win in 4 innings of relief. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to the left-handed hitting Josh Dykoff, the catcher. He's got the bat ready, hands right above his ears, and the fastball is laced out to left, and the second base hit, both of them going that direction. Ball gets past the left fielder, Westman, and Dykoff is going to go on to second. So an error on the left fielder allows the runner to move into scoring position with 1 out in the second inning.
Now batting first baseman number 30, Wyatt Holland.
Wyatt Hammond up to the plate. Wyatt, the first baseman, 3 for 7 with a run and an RBI. Another lefty. Bluffton wearing their blue jerseys with the gray sleeves. First pitch from Garcia is a fastball over for a strike. White pants with the blues piping down the side, and Wyatt wearing the stirrups, gray stripes, 3 of them on the stirrups. No balls and a strike, 1 out. We are in the top of the second inning. St. Patrick and Bluffton. Garcia, ground ball right up the middle. Garcia knocks it down. Does he have time to throw to first? He does. So Garcia knocks it down and has to go 8 steps behind the mound to pick it up. And he does, and he gets the out. The runner does move over to third, so 90 feet away is the potential first run of the game. And Sam Tellers comes to the plate. Sam hitting .333 so far in the tournament, 2 for 6. with 2 runs scored. Sam, the right fielder, another lefty. And Garcia will go back to the windup with the runner at third. Infield playing to get the out, and they are straight away in the outfield. And the first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Factoring in after Garcia, I think you'll see the draftees for St. Patrick getting looks at the hill depending on how long Garcia is able to go. A ball and a strike, 2 outs. Sam Teller facing Philip Garcia. Tellers grounds right back to Garcia. Garcia struggles with it a little bit, but he keeps it in front of him, and that's the key, and he gets the out. So the pitcher records the final 3 outs of the inning, and another base hit for the Bluffton Braves. They leave 1, no score, and we go to the bottom of the second. We will be right back on PrepSpotlight.tv. Andy Price and Greg Wolfert with you from Milroy, Minnesota. Hazy skies. We don't see a lot of blue yet. Guessing as the sun continues to work its way up. Still scoreless over in Springfield between Buffalo and Fairmont. Fairmont knocked off the state champions, reigning state champions yesterday, beating Jordan, while Buffalo beat Foley, the Lumberjacks, 10-run on Friday night over in Springfield. I had the call on that game.
Designated hitter number 24,
Dom DeLuca coming to the plate to start the second inning, bottom of the second inning, and DeLuca 3 for 8 so far. He does have 3 runs batted in. As I've mentioned, they've scored 31 runs in their 3 games. So plenty of big stats possibilities here when you have 31 runs in 3 games. And quickly in the hole, 0-2 as Justin Dykoff delivers 2 strikes. Breaking ball sweeps wide, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the second inning. No score, but we've had activity on the base paths in every inning so far, every half inning. He is unable to hold his swing. DeLuca is the he in that sentence, and the strikeout is called. 2 strikeouts for Dykoff. Ryan Friedges to the plate. Right-handed hitting, and he fouls it right off his own leg and collapses that leg as he goes down. 2 Class C quarterfinal games going on right now on PrepSpotlight.tv, and we're glad that you're able to join us. We also have the Class B championship game. We'll be starting in 45 minutes from Shakopee, and that will be the 2-time reigning champion Chanhassen Redbirds will be taking on Moorhead, the Brewers. Now, Moorhead has to win 2 times, so if they beat them at 1 o'clock, they'll reload again at 4. All those games on Prep Spotlight. Jeff Pappas on the call on that one, and down in Springfield is the son of Twins broadcaster Dick Kramer. It's his son Eric, who's done a lot of great games for us at PrepSpotlight.tv, and he's a minor league broadcaster normally. Pitch on the way, and it's now 2 balls and a strike to Friedges. Friedges is 2 for 12 so far. He has an RBI and 2 runs in their 3 games. Both Fridges boys play at Mankato State, Minnesota State Mankato, and Ryan's going to find the gap. One hops it real close to the 361 sign right above the Sulphurs Food Center in Wabasso. I've been to the Sulphurs Food Center many a time. Double to the left center field gap for Ryan Fridges, and runner at second with one out, and Zach Endress, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Zach, 3 for 10, 2 runs and a couple RBI as well in his 3 games. Fastball is high from Justin. I might just refer to the Dykoffs the rest of the day by their first names just so I keep them straight. Fouled away, and the count goes 1-1 to the left-handed hitting Andrus. He's the number 8 hole hitter. Jace Westman, wearing number 8, will be batting. He is on deck. 1 out, runner at second base. Another pop foul. Just in the middle of the 3 Dykoff brothers, the youngest one the catching right now, and he is 16. Justin checks the runner twice, and he gets a strikeout. Foul tip into the glove. And there's 2 down as 3 strikeouts are now recorded by Justin Dykoff. Bottom of the second, scoreless.
Now batting left fielder number 8, Jace Westman.
Fairmont had some activity in their half of their inning in the bottom half of the first over in Springfield. They did not score. Jace Westman to the plate. Jace 1 for 5 so far this tournament. He has an RBI and scored a couple runs. Been on the base pass. Strike called, 1-1. First of 3 here in Milroy. Another quarterfinal game coming up at 3 o'clock. Dykoff sets, delivers, and it's popped up. See if the wind carries that out of play. Chasing after is the catcher and the third baseman, and it's the third baseman who makes the play. So in foul territory, pop-up ends the inning. A 1-out double goes by the wayside from Ryan Fridges. So we'll go to the 3rd inning now, and we are scoreless. You're watching Class C quarterfinal baseball in the state amateur baseball tournament. It's Bluffton, it's St. Patrick, and we are scoreless.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Now a 3 in the butter. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Scoreless in Milroy. Philip Garcia on the hill for the St. Patrick Irish in their green tops, white bottoms, the stripes down the side, and the batter is the number 9 hitter for Bluffton, and he doesn't Bluffton a bunt. Preston Warren, the center fielder, misses the bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Preston Warren, a very young-looking center fielder. We'll get the age on him. 2 balls and a strike. And a chopper towards first. Ambrose plays it to his side, and he's got to hustle to get there as Preston Warren was moving down the line. But Ambrose makes the play unassisted, and there's one out. We go back to the top of the order. Tom Teller's at the plate. One out, top of the third. As I mentioned, Garcia had a couple innings of relief last week in their second win of the tournament for St. Patrick as they beat Rochester and beat them pretty handily, scoring early and hanging on to win 10-1. Swing and a miss on a big cut by Tom Tellers. He struck out his first time up. Tom Tellers, 1 for 7 in the tournament. He has scored 3 runs, has an RBI as well. And Tellers swings and misses again. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the third inning. 1 out. Garcia kicks, delivers, kick right back to Garcia. He jumps right time, and that's 3 of the last 4 outs he has fielded on grounders and thrown over to first. Bluffton has 2 base hits. Josh Dykoff with a double. He was at second base. That's actually advanced on to third, and that's their biggest threat. 2 down, and that brings up Cody Geiser. Geiser, the manager's son, is the DH today. Played the infield last week. Chopper, will this be a 4th one? It is. Playing it very nicely. Backing up off the mound. Sometimes that's problematic when you backpedal on the mound as you go up and then back down, but Garcia keeps his footing very nicely, and he's able to field and throw out. So that's pretty simple. It's like a 2-man game. Pitcher-catcher, pitcher fields, throws over to first base, and we get him out. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv coverage of the state baseball tournament. We're going to show you some highlights from week 3 last week, both Class B and Class C.
Running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate. Not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield. And the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. Fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Gold Spring. Unbelievable! Runs scored here.
To play, and we have a pop-up on the very first pitch as Jack Freges pops up to the second baseman for the first out of the inning, and
now batting second baseman number 1.
Very quick in between innings. Jordan Garacki is your batter. He singled his first time up. Freges had also singled, a couple base hits to start the game, and they were stranded in the first as Justin Dykoff was able to pitch himself out of a jam with a couple infield grounder and then a strikeout. So Fridges 1 for 2, and that brings up Garacki. And the breaking ball misses inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Jordan Garacki, who has 6 hits in 12 appearances. He's in this tournament. He is hitting .500. I like my math. Breaking ball will catch the plate for a strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Garacki. He swings and misses, and it's 2-2. 1 down in the third. No score here, no score over in Springfield between Fairmont and Buffalo. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, and he gets him to pop it up. He gets Garacki to lift it up. Then Dykoff, for some reason, wanted to chase that one down, but the shortstop says, hey, go back to the mound. I got it. We'll take care of it in another pop-up. So 2 pop-ups to start the third inning, and that's going to bring up Kyle Rodas. Rodas grounded back to the pitcher. It was a little tapper that Dykoff actually slipped and fell on, but was able to compose himself and get the out still. First pitch is a fastball in for a strike. Justin's given up 3 hits so far into 2 2/3 innings work, and he's facing Rodas. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodas 5 for 15 now, hitting .333 in tournament play. I love easy math. Fastball misses wide, and it's 2-1 with 2 down. Who gets the next 3 wins? That's the question as we come here to Class C tournament play, and who's our state champion? Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 on a breaking ball from Justin Dykoff, the starting pitcher today. He finished the game yesterday, so 4 innings of work on a Saturday night. I was going to say, as he misses inside, 4 innings on a Saturday night, have a couple Coors Lights, and come back on Sunday morning. But he's under 21, so he had a couple bottles of Yoo-Hoo, and the count is 3-2. Breaking ball misses, and we've got a runner on base with the walk. First free pass of the day. Walk for Dykoff. Rodas goes to first base, and that's going to bring up Matt Ambrose. Ambrose, 5 for 14 now, 5 runs batted in. Where does Ambrose sit on the leaderboard for RBI? Turning to the executive producer, the hardest working executive producer in Milroy, and he will take a look at the RBI standing. We know that Austin Duffner leads the way. He's got 11 RBI. Matt Ambrose is in 5th place on the RBI. We saw 3 of them here against the Regal Eagles, and it was a bomb, the farthest home run we've seen in this ballpark, sailing over the American flag and left, and that one settled the deal in the game against Regal, which was a fantastic baseball game. No balls and a strike to Matt Ambrose, the catcher. He's the cleanup hitter. Breaking ball, he slashes it hard, but it's foul in between the bag and the third base coaching box. 2 down on pop-ups, then a walk to Kyle Rodas, and Ambrose facing an 0-2 count in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way, hit hard, but the third baseman, Dykoff, makes the play, and he's going to throw across to get the out. So we are through 3 complete. We're going to step aside and look at some more highlights. How about the day had by Cold Spring? We just mentioned his name, Austin Duffner. Let's take a look at what he did last week. I think I can take a look. Let me see. Can I find it on my sheet? This is really good producing right here. I can't, so we're just going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. If you've watched our coverage, you know that I love water towers, and the Milroy Blue Water Tower being seen right now. That shot part of the series, Town Ball Uniquely Minnesota, and you can order that series now. 8-part series seen on Fox Sports North. You can see it on Amazon, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, it's a really good deal. Take a look and see. It was 8 parts taking a look at the past, present, and future of Town Ball in Minnesota. And very strong future. You know, over 300 teams still playing, if you see that. And even we saw a team here a couple weeks ago from St. Clair, the Wood Ducks. They're brand new, two years old. Dilworth, the Rail Dogs, just 4 years old, playing in the state tournament. So as we see new teams pop up, you're always going to have attrition, especially in the smaller communities. But if new small communities can pop up and host teams, then you know we're going to have a strong town ball. And there's nothing better than amateur baseball in the state tournament. A little blooper, second baseman is back, and that is the second baseman Garacki, and he tracks down the pop-up from Jake Dykoff. So Jake is 1 for 2 now. he had singled in the first. Justin Dykoff hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning, 0 for 1. And Justin now is 1 for 10. And he's first pitch swinging. And the catch made in right field. Two up and two down as Dykoff, Justin is now 0 for 2. Kyle Dykoff struck out his first time up, and he looks at a fast pitch, strike one. Pitch low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch misses outside 1 and 2. To Kyle, the third baseman. Breaking ball, and he hits it to his counterpart at third. Coming up with it is Fridges. Fridges throws across, and the out is recorded. And it's 3 up and 3 down for Garcia and the Irish of St. Patrick. Bluffton and St. Patrick scoreless. And we will keep it here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. They've Bluffton with no runs on 2 hits. St. Patrick, no runs on 3 hits. Take a look at the flag out in left field, blowing out of the west. You're looking due south out of Milroy is Highway 68, which normally runs east-west, turns and comes south to north or north to south, depending on whether you're coming to town or departing Milroy on the south side. And that's where the Yankees ballpark is at. You can see the cornfields, amber waves of grain out in left field and center field. We do have a score over in Springfield, Fairmont, the Martins. They're a team that's played a lot of games this year. They got to play some games against the Iowa teams, so they are well tested, as a lot of teams here were held up by certain restrictions as to when they could start playing. But now we're at state tournament time, and Fairmont's got a lot of games under their belt, and they are 2 up on Buffalo in the 2nd inning, bottom of the 2nd inning.
First baseman number 7, Seth Ambrose.
Buffalo is throwing one of their drafted pitchers. Up is Seth Ambrose, leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. Seth, the former Golden Gopher hockey player, first baseman on this team, flew out to left field. He hit it hard his first time up. It was a rope that Jake Dykoff tracked down just in front of the warning track, but it was a bullet. Just like that. That was the sound that was made when it hit the bat. No balls, 2 strikes to Seth, and he hits it hard to right field. That one's going to be right at the right fielder. I thought he might have hit it just a little bit harder than that. Sam Tellers makes the catch, but Seth Ambrose has squared it up twice, and he has nothing to show for it. Dom DeLuca, the designated hitter, makes his way to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He struck out to start the 2nd inning. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning here. No score. Justin Dykoff, fastball, outside part of the plate, strike 1. Defense playing straight up behind him, and the swing and the miss from the right-handed hitting designated hitter DeLuca, who is 3 for 9. Not so far in tournament play, 3 runs batted in. Crouching batting style, and he's coming up hacking, and he comes up missing. 2 up, 2 down. Ryan Fridges. We saw 2 games yesterday that were, if you love pitching and defensive baseball and the strategy that goes on in games that are 0-0 for a long time, we had 2 great ones, and I do. That's my style of baseball. We saw with the win by Bluffton, as Ryan Fridges, who doubled his last time up, he's 1 for 1 as he doubled to the gap. He swings and misses, kind of a half-hearted attempt at a high fastball, 0-1. But we saw Bluffton win in 12 innings, 1-0. And then another classic game being played over in Springfield yesterday. Watkins, as Matt Geislinger threw 13 innings. He finally gave up a run in his 13th inning of pitching, his 31st inning, as the curveball is over for a strike to Fregis. Swing and a miss. So just like that, 3 up and 3 down. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. It's scoreless between St. Patrick and Bluffton, and we'll be right back after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
All right, back with you here as we go to the top of the 5th inning in a good one. Another scoreless game between Bluffton and St. Patrick, and we want to be welcoming from the Minnesota Baseball Association Board of Directors, Joe Krieger from Green Isles, joining us here. And Joe, thanks first of all for having PrepSpotlight.tv for this tournament.
Oh, you're very welcome. I think hopefully it'll be a good future relationship between the MBA and Prep Sports Highlight.
Josh Dykoff at the plate, the catcher, and the first pitch is a strike from Garcia, and the next pitch is on the outside corner 0-2. So talk about this year's tournament and what it's been like to have to make a location switch the way you guys did so late in the game.
Right. It's been a challenging year with a late start. I mean, it was the end of June before we got started, and New Ulm and Springfield were scheduled to hold the tournament. And as things went on,
ground ball, and that's likely going to be an infield single. Fregis comes up firing, but Dykoff is there safe on the infield single.
New Ulm voted their city council in July to not allow the tournament in town. So Springfield was the 3rd site. They now became the number 1 site. Their people were still on board to host this, so we started looking for somebody else in this area. And the Milroy Yankees stepped up here and doing a great job. I think we're pleased with what we've seen here so far. And then at that point, we decided to have the Class B tournament at Shakopee, where my fellow board member Gary Schlepper is holding down the fort, doing a great job.
Wyatt Hammond with a hard grounder that Ambrose fields off his chest, and he makes the unassisted put out. Runner moves on to second, so with a runner 1 out, there is a runner in scoring position. And that is Dykoff. Coming to the plate now is the right fielder, Sam Tillers. When New Ulm makes that decision, did you have pieces in place to say, okay, we can do this as an alternative, or was it a mad scramble to keep this tournament going?
We were scrambling a bit, to be honest. There was several ideas of what to do. It made the decision a little easier when Milroy stepped up here. It's just 40 miles from Milroy to Springfield, so it's easily doable. And then most of the B teams are around the metropolitan area, so it just made sense to keep them up there. Shakopee was ready to go, and that's what we did.
Sam Tellers at the plate with 1 out runner at second. I've been in both Springfield and here for the better part of the 3 weekends, and I just think what they've done is absolutely fabulous. And you know, these are smaller communities that have stepped up from the board standpoint. You guys have to be so pleased.
Yep, we are. The relationship's been very good. All the Milroy workers here, and they have ample
Fly ball out to left, and it is Westman who's going to make the play. Runner at second is going to hold.
Yep, they've really stepped up. They have a smile on their face. They're enjoying it and talking about maybe a future bid with somebody down the road here.
Oh, that's great. From your standpoint, having been involved and seeing state tournaments as they normally run in a normal year, this is so far from that. Does it still feel like a state amateur baseball tournament?
For sure. And we're going to have a conclusion to our season, and there will be no asterisk around the state tournament. We're playing a legitimate tournament, the same format as we've had for the last 7 years, so the champion will be very legitimate.
I see, it seems like maybe even bigger smiles on the faces of fans and players, that because of everything that we've seen in this spring and this summer, that getting the chance to play in this tournament is almost extra special.
Right. 99% of the people have been so cooperative. We have to clear the park every game to let the next group in and stuff.
Preston Warren grounds, and it'll be fielded by Garcia, who's been very busy fielding his own position. And that's the end of the inning. 3 outs. We'll keep it right here for the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Patrick and Bluffton still scoreless. Yeah, it does seem like there's just that gratitude.
Right. I mean, a little nudge once in a while to some people, but like I said, most have been very cooperative. They understand. It's a unique situation with pre-selling tickets for games, but we're trying to get as close to that 250 every game as we can. And we want this to be lucrative for Springfield and Milroy. And we want the teams to have a good experience, and I think they are. I mean, the players are happy to be playing, and we've made the best, I think, of a very trying situation.
When we've been dealt a tough hand for the last 6 months here, of course, across the entire country, across the entire world, beautiful weather and some really good baseball, I think, makes up for a lot of it.
Right. I think our game is growing in the state of Minnesota. I believe Minnesota has one of the best amateur programs for organization and stuff, and the coverage we're getting now in the electronic age, I think our game is really growing, and we're getting more people to pay attention to it.
Board of Directors member Joe Krieger with us here. We're going to keep him for one more question as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And you talk about that, and as I see the folks from K-Check here, we've been lined up here, both in Springfield here and in Shakopee, with so many local radio stations who are the lifeblood of the media coverage of a lot of these teams, along with the newspapers. And it's just fun to see how these communities still come out en masse. Both not only the fan support but the media support as well.
Right. It's been my team in Green Isle plays in one of those leagues that has excellent coverage, game of the week, and cover the whole regional and stuff. I think it's invaluable, and it certainly doesn't keep anybody away from the park, but it helps some people that just can't be there to stay in contact with the game and follow the people they like.
We have frozen our video here for a second. We will come back to you. We are still streaming. Every once in a while, we catch just a little glitch in the internet, and we can do that as we'll be right with you. And, Joe, maybe this is a good time. You froze our video.
Sorry, sir.
All good. We're back live.
I'm not very electronically gifted. So.
Joe Krieger joining us as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Thanks again, and thanks for the partnership with Prep Spotlight. We've covered every game so far of the tournament. We've had a blast. All our broadcasters are having a great time, and everybody who's working with it, thanks you for your hospitality.
No, awesome job, and this has been really good.
Very good. All right, we'll get back to the game. Bottom of the 5th inning, St. Patrick to the plate. And that was Joe Krieger from the MBA, Minnesota Baseball Association Board of Directors, and helping us out here on this beautiful Sunday in Milroy, and in what looks to be another fantastic baseball game brewing into the bottom of the 5th. St. Patrick at the plate, and batting is Zach Andrus. He struck out his first time up. Zach now is 3 for 11 this tournament in the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes, says Justin Dykoff. Has gone 4 now, 8 innings total without giving up a run so far in tournament play. A slicing liner to center, and it lands in front of Preston Warren. So a base hit to lead off the top of the bottom of the 5th inning for Andrus, and that is his 4th hit so far in the tournament. Jace Westman will come to the plate. Might be the time where you start looking at manufacturing something, especially with the number 9 hole hitter, Westman. He popped up to the third baseman in foul territory. Play made by Dykoff there, Kyle. And he does square to bunt. And he pops it down towards the third base dugout. Out of play. Or not out of play. Out of reach would be the better way to say it. And the count is 0-1. Over in Springfield, Fairmont leads Buffalo 3-0 there in the third inning. Westman and the manager, Garacki, discussion. And again, the bunt is laid down. Justin Dykoff has it. He'll just go the short way to first. The sacrifice is successful. And on to second goes Zach Andrus, and it is Jack Fridges who singled to start the game, the leadoff hitter.
Number 11, Jack Fridges.
He's 1 for 2. He popped out to the second baseman in his second at-bat, but he has a runner in scoring position. 4 base hits for St. Patrick, 3 for Bluffton. No runs on the board yet. Dykoff, who pitched himself out of a jam in the first inning after giving up singles to Fridges, the batter now, and Jordan Garacki, but he was able to work out of it without a run being scored. Now he's got a runner in scoring position again. 1-0 the count, and the fastball swung on and missed. 1-1 to Fridges. Second baseman checking the runner at second. It's a ground ball up the middle. That'll sneak through. Heading in to score is Andrus. The throw will be cut off by the pitcher, and on to second base moves Fridges. So the first run of the day is put on the board by the Irish on an RBI single from Jack Fridges. Fridges moves to second on the throw, and the run scoring is Andrus. Jack now 2 for 3 on the game. Jordan Garacki, who is also 1 for 2 with another runner in scoring position. Letting that throw go through allowed Fridges, who had a good eye on where that throw was going, to make his way 90 feet further down the base paths to second. 1-0 the count. Fastball catches the corner. 1-1. St. Patrick draws first blood here in this quarterfinal game. And a foul ball makes the count 1-2. St. Patrick, who's been playing town ball for 60-plus years, have never gotten past the quarterfinals. They played the quarterfinals, but they haven't gotten past this. They're thinking about a spot in the semis right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dykoff misses outside. Garacki 6 for 13 in the tournament so far. Scored 3 runs. He's driven in 2. He's got a chance to drive in another, as he's got a runner out at second base. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Garacki goes down swinging. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Kyle Rodas. Rodas 0 for 1. He walked in the third inning.
Number 2, Kyle Rodas.
Rodas hitting .333 in the tournament, 5 for 15. Liner up the middle. That's also going to get through, and on the break was Fridges, so another base hit. This time they'll keep the runner at first. Scoring is Fridges on the single from the center fielder Rodas. And it is 2-0 St. Patrick. The Irish mark the board here in the 5th inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Matt Ambrose.
Catcher number 10, Matt Ambrose.
Three base hits this inning, all 3 out to center field. 2 grounders, 1 a slicing line drive. First pitch to Ambrose. It's in the dirt. It's going to get past, and that allows Rodas to move on to second base. And Ambrose, who is, as we mentioned in his last at-bat, with 5 RBI on the top 5 right now in the Class C leaderboard and runs batted in, has himself another opportunity. 2 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. Conversation on the hill from the brothers Dykoff. Matt Ambrose. At the plate, and he looks at a fastball strike just above the belt, and the count is a ball and a strike. His brother, Seth, on deck. 2 outs in the 5th. Dykoff kicks and delivers. Breaking ball. Swing and foul back. It catches a piece of the gear of Josh Dykoff. Breeze looks like it might have shifted a little bit towards the northwest right now. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, 2 runs in the 5th. Ambrose, 1-2 pitch. He goes after the curveball and is just able to slice it off foul. Ambrose not wearing batting gloves. The big fella steps in. And he gets the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andy Price and Greg Welford with you here in Milroy, home of the Yankees. 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And out of the inning is Justin Dykoff, but he does give up 2 runs on 3 base hits. 1 runner is stranded, and we will go to the 6th inning. And St. Patrick, as the grounds crew comes out to do their work in the 6th inning, has now done their work in the 5th with 2 runs. The Irish moving on, trying to move on to the semifinals. We'll see what happens when we go to the 6th inning when we come back. And thanks again to Minnesota Baseball Association Board of Director member Joe Krieger joining us last half inning to talk state tournament 2020 in this unrecognizable summer of 2020. And it is recognizable when you're sitting down here in Milroy and watching baseball being played. Over in Springfield, where they're watching baseball being played, Fairmont leading Buffalo 3-0. Buffalo has scored 16 plus 14, 30 runs in their 3 games, averaging 10 runs a game. Still changing out bags at first base, so we can't start play without first base because every once in a while there's a play over there, so they have to. We're doing a little groundwork, digging it out. As I was saying, Buffalo scored 8 runs in each of their first 2 games and then 14 the other night in beating Foley, so they have yet to put a run on the board against Fairmont. Fairmont with one of their pitchers going, I can't see a number. They've been going with the Wyndham pitcher, Lovell, for the first 2 games. Lovell pitching very well, and he likely will not be available today, so they've got one of their blue jersey-clad Fairmont Martins on the hill. So we're ready to go now in the sixth inning, top of the sixth. And leading off is the number one hitter, the leadoff guy, Tom Tellers, in the sixth. They're down 2-0. Bluffton trailing for the first time this tournament. And he grounds it towards third, gets a hop, freeges Ryan over to Ambrose Seth, and the out is recorded. So Philip Garcia
Now batting designated hitter number 7.
is working his sixth inning. So far scoreless baseball. Cody Gieser at the plate, fastball in for a strike. This is the type of the outing that you're looking for right now, is a guy who's just pounding the strike zone, and he has done that. Up the middle, base hit, single to center for Cody. That's their fourth hit of the game. Single in the first, single in the second, single in the fifth, and now the single here in the sixth, and that's going to bring up Jake Dykoff. He has the first base hit of the game. It was a single to left field. 1 out in the sixth inning. Dykoff hits it in the air towards center. Center fielder's got a long way to go. It's going to drop. They try to get the force at second. Not going to happen. So very good base running by Cody Gieser. He was more than halfway there. And that little blooper to center field, he read. And he was willing to take that chance of being that far off of first base. And it dropped, and he was able to easily make it into second when, if he maybe goes 4 or 5 steps further, he would be out on that force out.
Now batting the pitcher number 12, Justin Dykoff.
So Jake Dykoff with his second base hit of the game. He's at first base. Over at second base is the designated hitter, Corey Gieser, the manager's son. And that brings up Justin Dykoff. Justin 0 for 2, and the first pitch swung on and missed. A little off-speed work from Garcia. 2 runners on and 1 out in the sixth. Bluffton, who had not trailed in the tournament, is now facing a deficit for the first time, but they think that they can get those runs right back. Spinning and bluffing back to second was Garcia. 3-0 your score, 2 runners on. Garcia delivers, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Keeping an eye on the middle infielders to see how they're handling the runner at second. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Fastball pops the glove, but it's well outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Fourth inning over in Springfield. 3-0 Fairmont leading, trying to advance onto the semis. Garcia checks the runners, delivers low. Throw down to first is going to get to the outfield. Matt Ambrose missed the target. Runners are going to move up. Air on the catcher. And the Bluffton fans. In part doing the wave over in the bleachers just by their dugout. And now the tying run is at second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia facing his fellow pitcher, Dykoff. Breaking ball misses outside. Almost offered at it, but he did not, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. The tying run in scoring position in the top of the 6th inning. Garcia's pitch is lifted to the outfield. That should be deep enough to score a run if it's not caught. The center fielder is there, Rodas. He's going to make the play. They're going to throw it in. Cut off. Runners move up and the run scores. So give a run to Bluffton. on the sacrifice fly by Justin Dykoff. Not a base hit, but it'll give him an RBI. Pitcher helps his own cause, and the tying run also moves 90 feet closer, just 90 feet away. Kyle Dykoff, who's 0 for 2, strikeout and ground out to third. He comes up with 2 down. They appeal to second base on the tag up by Jake Dykoff. And it is waved off. So the runner at third, Dykoff, the batter, Dykoff, it's his uncle, at the plate, and the first pitch misses, ball 1. 2 outs. Runner on third would tie this game up at 2. It's hit foul, hard foul, out of play. Frozen up again. And there we go. Back with you. We'll take a look at our connection when we get a chance here. Ground ball fielded by Garcia. So Garcia has fielded his position all game long. Almost misses the target on the throw. Seth Ambrose does the right thing after tagging the first base once. He tagged it twice and maybe even 3 times, and that is the inning. But a run scores, 1 runner left at third base.
In that 6th inning, they scored 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error.
2 hits
1 base runner.
and an error. So St. Patrick has committed 2 errors, but they lead it 2-1. And we'll be back on PrepSpotlight.tv right after this. Very friendly flies here near the press box. They land. They're like pets almost. You can't shoo them away. They just want to be petted. Gorgeous day though. Nice breeze. Temperatures right around 80 degrees. The crowd here, the Bluffton crowd, fired up. They're doing the wave to the left of us. The St. Patrick crew is up in the party deck, and they're down the right side. They're enjoying their time here, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Seth Ambrose. He's hit the ball hard twice to the outfield, once to left in the first inning that looked like it might score a couple runs. And then he hit the ball to right field last time up. But he's 0 for 2, and he's 0-1 now down in the count in the bottom of the 6th inning. Misses outside, and the count is 1-1. Justin Dykoff working his 6th inning. He pitched 4 innings last night. Misses outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Even though he's sub-20, you know that these innings catch up with you, especially with a day's rest in between. Hit towards short. Play is made there by Rondesvet, and Rondesvet makes the play. Peyton Rondesvet with a nice play. And Ambrose is now 0 for 3 as he grounds out.
Now batting designated hitter number 24, Dom DeLuca.
Dom DeLuca comes to the plate. He's trying to make some contact. He's 0 for 2, and he's gone down hacking both times. DeLuca having a good tournament. Just swing and a miss. Justin Dykoff misses out. No, he doesn't miss outside. He catches the corner with the off-speed pitch, and it snowballs in 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 your score. Good baseball game. Tries to slide it outside even a little further to the batter, DeLuca, and misses. 1-2 now, the count. 6 hits so far for the Irish. Breaking pitch misses, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 hits in the last inning to score the 2 runs. Breaking ball tapped back to the pitcher, fielding it on a hop, and flipping it over to first base is Justin Dykoff. And DeLuca is now 0 for 3 as he goes down for the second out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ryan Fridges comes to the plate.
Now batting third baseman number 21, Ryan Fridges.
Nothing happening in either of the bullpens right now. Well pitched game, but we keep looking down there at this time of the game. As you know, teams as they advance have to come right back and play, and so you do some conserving of arms, working on arms, see how you manage your pitching staff in a day like today. First pitch misses outside. Second pitch in for a strike, and Justin Dykoff has the count 1-1 to Ryan Fridges. Fridges doubled his first time up, and then he struck out his last time up. Ground ball towards short. Rondesvet is there. He fields it. Sidearm slings it over. That's what I was trying to say. Sidearm slings it over and gets the out. 1, 2, 3. A good inning for Dykoff. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll be back on PrepSpotlight.tv right after this. 2-1 St. Patrick over Bluffton. Hey, look at the party deck. Some umbrellas. Red and yellow. You got some sponsors on there. So I wonder if I can say. I can, because this is not a high school broadcast. Got some Corona. The good Corona. Not the bad Corona. Not the virus Corona. Some Twisted Tea over there as well. Almost makes a person thirsty. But this is a baseball game that we got to get to you because we're in the 7th inning of a possible classic. That's such an overused term. It was a classic. I'm not sure. This one's been really good to begin with. 2-1 your score in the 7th inning. Bluffton down, and they're coming to the plate. And the first pitch from Philip Garcia is outside. Ball 1 to the left-handed hitting Josh Dykoff. Dykoff has 2 base hits. Catcher. Fastball, strike 1. Class B game has started up in Shakopee. Chanhassen needs a win to wrap her up over Moorhead. They just need 1 win in 2 games. They'd like to get it over in 1. 2 balls and a strike. Philip Garcia gave up a run in the 6th inning. That's the first run he's given up so far in tournament play. And the count 2-1. Up high and a little outside to Josh Dykoff. He singled in the 2nd, singled again in the 5th. Stranded both times. The first time he got all the way over to 3rd before they recorded the 3rd out. And a strike in, and the count runs full. We haven't had a lot of full counts in this game. Buffalo has scored in their game against Fairmont. They're in the 5th, 3-1. And Garcia misses, so a free pass. First walk of the game, only the 2nd walk total between the 2 pitchers. And the leadoff runner is on. Wyatt Hammond at the plate. He's the first baseman. He's 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. You look back at that last half inning, and it was the error on the catcher that advanced the runners to 2nd and 3rd, and it was the fly ball sacrifice that scored the run. So the 1 run against Garcia unearned as the error on the throw. The pickoff down to first is what caused the trouble. That ball's hit really well. Center fielder tracking it down. Rodas has it, and he makes the play at the warning track, and that scoots the runner at first base, Dykoff, back. And the ball smoked pretty good by Hammond, but into the glove it falls of Kyle Rodas.
Now batting right fielder number 8, Sam Teller.
Sam Tellers to the plate. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. He's also swinging from the left side. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch misses outside. 2-0 the count. Teller's at the plate. Now squares the bunt. In for a strike. 2-1. Bottom of the 5th inning. We are in Springfield. Top of the 7th inning here. Life just at a little slower pace over in Brown County, I guess. Here in Milroy, right off of Highway 68. Convertible heading down Highway 68 just to the beyond the center field fence. And Tellers fouls one off, and the count is 2-2. Nobody, or one out, I'm sorry. One out here in the 7th. Teller's the right fielder. Now, there is work in the bullpen for St. Patrick, and it's one of their draftees that's getting the tosses in down the line. 2-2 pitch on the way outside, and the count is full. We'll see if that, even though there's just one out, I wonder if we'll see some action on the base path, and it's the catcher, Dykoff, who is running. He's a youngin', though. He's just 16 years old, so 3-2 pitch. That's a base hit. And we see that our camera froze again. So we will get that fixed for you. Sorry about that. So it was a base hit right over the second baseman's head. Runners at first and second. Try to figure out what's happening here. And the manager comes out to have a discussion. 2 base hits in the inning. I'm sorry, a walk and a base hit. Walk and a base hit as Tellers gets his first knock of the game. And everybody's chit-chatting it up.
Now batting center fielder number 11, Preston Warren.
Preston Warren, the number 9 hitter, up with 1 out. Warren still looking for his first hit in the tournament, but he does have 2 runs scored. See if he tries to advance the runners over, if he's swinging. And he is swinging, and he lifts it towards left. They were playing him in, and the catch is made by the left fielder, Jace Westman, and there's now 2 outs. So first pitch swinging was Preston Warren, and there are 2 down as we go back up to the top of the order, Tom Tellers.
Now batting second baseman number 9, Tom Tellers.
At second base is the catcher, Josh Dykoff. At first base, Wyatt Hammond. The batter, Tom Tellers, who's 0 for 3. Struck out in the first, grounded out to the pitcher in the third, and over to the third baseman in the 6th. He's now batting with 2 outs in the 7th. First pitch is a breaking ball that Garcia gets in for a strike. Garcia with his first walk of the game here in this inning. Oh, 1 pitch on the way, and it's hit out to the left. Westman is right there, right in his tracks. Jace Westman, and again, we're going to maybe see what's going on there as our camera froze up again. But we're going to take a break. We'll tell you that Westman catches the fly ball, and there's 3 down. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back right after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. the memories.
Now a three at the buzzer. Good! It's good! DuBois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
All right, well, welcome back. We're working on our technical difficulties here, and we'll be doing our best to make sure we catch it every time. As we're in the bottom of the seventh inning. We don't want to miss any of the action. The audio is staying with us, but the video is not.
Leading off for St. Patrick, right fielder number 33, Zach Andrus.
And Zach Andrus comes to the plate here in the bottom of the seventh inning. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it straight back. Zach is 1 for 2 and a run scored. Misses down low as it is still Dykoff pitching. And the 1-1 pitch here in the bottom of the seventh inning, 2-1. St. Patrick's leading, and he misses, and 2-1 is now the count. Three balls and a strike to the right fielder, the left-handed hitting right fielder, Andrus. Takes a look at the strike. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. He came into the game 3 for 10, and he's 1 for 2, so he's now 4 for 12. Money pitch here, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and on the way, it's hit hard to left center field. Center fielder is not going to get it. That's going to hop the fence, past the warning track, and a double for Andrus, and they led off the 5th, and that led to 2 runs. So Zach Andrus has had a good game in leading off innings. Second double of the game, his second hit. And just like that, another runner in scoring position in this 2-1 lead for St. Patrick. 5-1 now Fairmont over Buffalo in the 5th inning. Moorhead has taken the lead on Chanhassen over in Shakopee. Let's get those two confused because they're not too far from each other. Chan and Shakopee, just across the river. Minnesota River, that is. They're calling that a strike, as offering at it was Westman, the right fielder. Oh, they call it a ball. So he had offered, he thought he pulled it back. They appeal and they call it a ball. So it's 1 ball, no strikes on the scoreboard right now. 7 hits for St. Patrick, the leadoff double to start this inning. First baseman way in on the grass, and he'll field the bunt. Hammond throws over to the second baseman, Tellers, and the sacrifice is good. Westman with 2 sacrifices right now in the game. That one going 3-4, so he's still just 0 for 1. And over to third base on the sacrifice goes Andrus, and that brings up Jack Fridges. Fridges with an RBI, base hit to center, his last time up in the 5th inning. Now we're in the bottom of the 7th. The score is 2-1. Runner at third base, and the pitch is in the dirt. Nice play by Josh Dykoff, not letting that one get back to the screen. Good speed on the base paths at third base. Andrus. And a swing and a miss from Fridges. Fridges 2 for 3. And an RBI. He misses on the fastball, outer part of the plate, and the count now is 1-2. This is a big out right now with 1 out. If you can get that second out and it's flied off, the foul ball goes to the right side, and the count remains 1-2 strikes. St. Patrick leading. They're batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dykoff delivers and just misses. Off the outside corner. Josh, no doubt, thought he had the corner. Not the case. Two-two pitch on the way. Again, lifted foul and out of play. Two-two pitch. Again, same thing, same spot. We'll reload again. 2-2 the count. Over at third base. The number 8 hole hitter, Zach Andrus, he's had a very nice game. Singleton scored in the 5th, and he's doubled to lead off this inning, and he's just a baseline away from scoring a run that would be a big insurance run. Up high, and the count goes full. He's trying to get him to swing at a pitch up and out of the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. And the 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and a good breaking pitch from Dykoff, and he induces the swinging strikeout, second out of the inning. So now Garacki comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3, singled in the first inning. He struck out in the 5th as part of that 2-run inning. Swings and misses on the first pitch. Doesn't swing fully. Checked his swing, but he went far enough around. Garacki, the second baseman. Misses outside in the count 1-1. Breaking ball misses. And the count 2-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching State C tournament play from Milroy. Breaking ball over for a strike. He's been successful with the breaking ball here in this half inning. Got a strikeout. Now he's trying to get out of the inning. He'll take a strikeout. He'll take a ground out. 2-2 pitch on the way. Misses outside. I had that as a 3. And I swear it was I don't swear a lot, but I swear there it was 2-2. A nice smile. Love the smile by Garacki. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, give it a shot. The umpire didn't wave him back. I don't know if he said something to him. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball over for a strike 3. So he came back with that breaking ball over the inside part of the plate. He gets the looking strikeout, and that does it. We're going to keep it here for the break in the top of the 8th inning. It's a good one. Your score 2-1 St. Patrick over Bluffton, and we will have a pitching change. So Philip Garcia goes 7 innings and gives up 6 hits and a run. It was not earned. He walked 1. And I've got 2 strikeouts for Philip Garcia. So Garcia has done his job for the 7 innings. And he now will turn it over to the bullpen, and we'll see what happens from there. Coming in to pitch for the St. Patrick Irish, looks like it's Joe Grotz. And he's a draftee from Faribault.
Now pitching for St. Patrick, the draftee from Faribault, number 25, Joe Grody.
And they're saying Grody, so the Z on the scorecard looks like a S, so let's call him by his real name, Grody. And Joe Grody from Faribault with his Lakers jersey, blue jersey. And the first pitch on the way to Cody Geezer's a strike. So Cody singled and scored his last time up in the 6th inning. Pitch misses outside. A ball and 1 strike from Grody. 2, Geezer. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Cody is 1 for 3. Grounded out in the first and in the third. Hit one back to the pitcher and then singled and scored. Pops it up. Chasing after it is the pitcher, and it lands on top of a structure. Do we hear the pop? And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes in the 8th inning. This one's a close one. Over in Springfield, it's, I believe, still 5-1. Fairmont leading. Breaking ball high, but Gazer goes after it, and he fouls it off the end of the bat. So the count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. And a ground ball towards third. And off the glove at third and into the outfield. Give him a base hit on that one. And a leadoff base hit. Seventh hit of the game, and that brings up the number 3 hole hitter, Jake Dykoff. Jake, 2 for 3. First pitch on the hands, and he fouls it off. Dykoff singled, and it was a race on a fielder's choice in the first. Popped out to the second baseman in the fourth, and singled in the 6th. Pitch outside from Grody, and the count is 1-1. More bullpen action. This time it's a St. Patrick Irish pitcher. Pitchers almost. Looks like 2 guys warming themselves up. 1-1 pitch. Lifted towards center field. That one looked like Rodas will have a beat on it. Tracks. The wind drifts it a little bit towards his right. And the throw into second base. And there's...
Now batting the pitcher number 12, Justin Dykoff.
So Justin Dykoff, the pitcher, who has the RBI in the game. It was a sacrifice fly out to Rodas in center field. That one in the 6th. We are in the top of the 8th. Runner at first. Can the pitcher help himself again? He's up first pitch hacking, and it's going to drift foul and out of play down the left field side. Wind again will be moving balls from center field towards left, no doubt. Maybe even from right field towards center field, as that's coming out of the west-northwest right now, looking at the flag in left. No balls and a strike. Pitch on the way up high, and it's 1-1. Ground ball right up the middle. Second shortstop has it, steps on the bag, fires across, and staying on the base and getting the double play. 6 unassisted on the out, 6-3 across for the double play, and that grounded into double play means that St. Patrick is just an inning away, 3 outs away from a chance to advance onto their semifinal, first ever semifinals. Nice play by the shortstop, Fregis, and he is able to make the play. The throw to Ambrose, Seth, he had to go after it. He did keep his toe on the bag and records the out. We'll be right back on PrepSpotlight.tv for the bottom of the 8th right after this.
Kyle Roden.
We're in the bottom of the 8th inning here in Milroy, Minnesota. Coming up next, game scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. It's the Battle of Highway 212, Bird Island. The Bullfrogs taking on Young America, the Cardinals. Bullfrogs and Cardinals, Young America and Bird Island. First pitch to Kyle Rodas is the ball. Dykoff still going at it. We mentioned he pitched 4 innings yesterday. He's into his 8th inning today, and the 1-0 pitch is lifted into foul territory, but his left fielder, Jace Westman, is there to track it down and get the out. So Rodas is out. He's 1 for 3 on the game. He had walked in the 3rd and a base hit in the 5th. That brings up Matt Ambrose, who's 0 for 3 today. Ambrose homered in the 8th inning in the game against Regal. It was a 2-1 game at the time, 2 runners on, and Ambrose hit her deep. Dykoff gets Ambrose a swing and miss. Out in front of it on the off-speed pitch, no balls and a strike. Ambrose today struck out twice and has grounded out to 3rd. 0-1 pitch. Spinner towards 3rd. It's fair ball, and it'll be off the glove of Dykoff and a base. Well, we'll see what it is. That was close enough. Error on the 3rd baseman. The first error for Bluffton today.
Now batting the first baseman, number 7, Seth Ambrose.
They're going to run for Ambrose at first. And it's 18 coming in to run for him. Kevin Pexa is the runner.
Running at first base, number 18, Kevin Pexa.
So that is going to bring up Seth Ambrose with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Seth, the first baseman, made a couple nice stretches over at first. 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball hard a couple times. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. He makes his way almost a third of the way back to the dugout. Seth wearing number 7, first baseman, former Golden Gopher hockey player. Now trying to lead the little hamlet of St. Patrick towards the state championship. Hard grounder and into the outfield. Base hit for Seth Ambrose. Pexa moves over to second base, and with 1 out, St. Patrick with runners at first and second. Nobody's warmed in the bullpen for Bluffton, so they're going to ride the horses that are the Dykoff brothers. Yesterday, Jake and Justin went at it for the entire 12-inning game. Justin's been the guy on the hill today. As the flagpole begins to pick up just a little bit with breeze, and a grounder towards right. That's a base hit for DeLuca, and that'll load the bases. We go station to station. DeLuca with his first hit, and that was actually a pinch hitter. That was 16, and I'm sorry for that. Derek Isaacson with the base knock. So Isaacson in for DeLuca. Single to right. Seth Ambrose moves over to second. And over to third goes Pexa, the pinch runner. And what a 2 days for Justin Dykoff. He got the win in relief yesterday, and he's gone a solid 7 1/3 innings today. So as we shift some things around, some discussions as to who's going to be doing what, and it looks like number 1 is going to the hill. Dustin Geiser, another one of the family members, all these cousins. The Dykoffs and the Geisers are cousins. So Dustin is going to get his So my guess is that Justin, who has caught, will go put the, see if they do that. It looks like we're going to change the catchers up Bases are loaded in this 2-1 game. It was in the 8th inning that St. Patrick blew open their game against Regal, or extended their lead against Regal. The leads they had in the other 2 games were big enough that they weren't involved in a late inning affair. So we're going to have, as I take a look at it, Justin Dykoff is going to go to catch, running out to center field will be Josh. So the catcher is going to go out to either center or left, and coming in will be Preston Warren. So whether it's Jake in center and Josh in left, we'll get a look at it to see who it is. But you'll see brothers Dykoff in the outfield, and Justin.
Number 12, Justin Dykoff. Josh Dykoff moves over to left field, and Jake Dykoff moves to center.
All right, so that's the way it goes. Dustin, guys are in. So 7 and a third innings for Justin Dykoff. So from Justin to Dustin. And he gave up 9 base hits. And he's on the hook for everybody that's on base right now. And that's a full stack of base runners. First, second, and third. Bottom of the 8th inning. And the first pitch swung on and missed from Ryan Fridges. Ryan, the third baseman, doubled in the second and has 2 groundouts after that. 1 for 3. 1 out. Breaking ball. In for a strike. Catches the inside part of the plate. And it is 0-2 now. Bases are loaded. Pexa at third. Ambrose at second. And that is Isaacson at first. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Full day of baseball on PrepSpotlight.tv, and this is a big pitch and a nice scoop backhanded by Dykoff, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fridges will get the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, hits it towards short. He'll come home with it. The throw gets the force out at home. Sliding in head first to home was Pexa, but he is out. Shortstop makes the play. He bobbled it a little bit, but he was able to keep it in front of him, field and throw.
Now batting right fielder number 30,
so 2 outs,
Zach,
and that brings up Zach Andrus. And Zach has been very instrumental in this one. 2 base hits and a run scored. And with 2 outs, you play the infield back now. Bases are still loaded. So the pitch from Dustin is in for a strike. And this family affair that is Bluffton baseball needs an out. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. Trying to snag it back in was the original starting pitcher, now catcher, Justin Dykoff. It's a ball and a strike. Bottom of the 8th inning. Been tight one, very well played. There are 3 errors on the board, but it's been very well played. Grounder wide. And he's got 2 strikes now on Zach Andrus. Zach wearing number 33, bats from the left-hand side. Struck out in the 2nd inning, then he singled in the 5th and came around to score. He doubled in the 7th, was stranded. 1 ball, 2 strikes pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. So getting the 2 outs needed to get was Dustin Gieser. And that leads us to the top of the 9th inning, and we're just going to keep it right here. St. Patrick, the Irish, right outside of New Prague, just 3 outs away from a chance to get to the semifinal. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Bird Island and Young America in the semifinals. That game tonight at 6 o'clock. Bird Island, Young America going at 3. So as we take a look at the top of the 9th inning, it will be Kyle Dykoff coming to the plate to start things off. Josh Dykoff is due up second. Wyatt Hammond is third. Kyle Dykoff, the third baseman, struck out in the second, grounded out in the fourth, and again in the sixth. He's 0 for 3. Josh Dykoff has reached base all 3 times he's been at the plate. Now he's out in left field. He was a starting catcher. He singled in the second, singled again to lead off the 5th. Walked in the 7th. Bluffton scored in the 6th inning. It's the only inning they've marked. The pitcher still is the draft choice, Joe Grody from Faribault. First pitch in for a strike. Righty versus righty here in the top of the 9th inning. He tries to get a little further outside, maybe induce a swing, and doesn't get it done. 1-1 the count now to Kyle Dykoff. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is a close one. Razor close. Fairmont leading Buffalo 5-1. They've gone to the 7th inning there. Winner goes on to the semifinals in Springfield. Pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Kyle Dykoff. Joe Grody from Faribault pitching as a draftee for St. Patrick's on the hill. 2-2 pitch is up high, and the count goes to 3-2. Bodies down in the bullpen. Nobody's warming up right now. 3-2 pitch was up and out of the zone, but protecting and hacking was Kyle. And he fouls it away. Had a chance for a free pass there, but at this point in time with just 3 outs, I think you have to be 100% sure it's a ball. 3-2 pitch on the way, outside, and there is your free pass. Leadoff walks Will Hunt, and there is one right here.
Now batting left fielder number 16, Josh Dykoff.
Josh Dykoff at the plate. As I mentioned, he singled in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, walked in the 7th. He's been on base all 3 times. He's hitting from the left side of the plate. First pitch over for a strike. 0-1 the count. Top of the 9th inning. This is where the rubber meets the road. Fastball misses. 1-1. Bluffton up on Highway 10 between Wadena and New York Mills. 1-1 pitch. In for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2 to this 16-year-old Josh Dykoff. The Dykoff brothers, 16, 19, and 21. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He gets him with the off-speed stuff. And there's 1 out. St. Patrick's now. The Irish will face the left-handed hitting Wyatt Hammond. One down, runner at first, and the first baseman up. Wyatt today, 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a flyout. Flew out to center field his last time up. One-0 pitch, hit out towards center. Does it hang up? And it does. Rodas is there to make the play. It was a hard hit line drive, and so down to their final out are the Bluffton Braves. Sam Tellers will come to the plate, acts like a pitch hitter. Kevin Turnberg.
Number 15, Kevin Turnberg.
Runner at first and 2 down. Joe Grody. Misses outside with the fastball. Pitch on the way, outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch, 2 down. Inside, 3-0 pitch. 3-0 now the count. We'll have a 3-0 pitch. Cars coming in from the 3 o'clock game just over the outfield fence, and there is a walk. So now the tying run is at second base. 2 walks this inning. And that's going to bring up Dustin Geyser is up. His first at-bat. With 2 down, the manager talking it over with the pitcher, Grody. 2 walks in the inning. There'll be a pinch runner. 8 going in for 15. That's Tellers is reinserted into the game for 15. Turnberg. Two walks. And the guy who's pitching right now, who came in and finished up the 8th inning, has the chance to help himself, help the team. He's got a runner in scoring position. In second base, 2 down. Grody sets right about the neck level. First pitch, inside, ball 1. One-0 pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. They need an out. Bluffton wants some life. 2-0 pitch is over for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the 9th inning. The Irish of St. Patrick leading at 2-1. The count is 2-1. Grody kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Number 1, Dustin Geyser at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, and the St. Patrick Irish have advanced on to the semifinals with a 2-1 victory over Bluffton. Fabulous baseball game here in the quarterfinals. And St. Patrick finds themselves onto the Final Four. Bluffton, 1 run on 7 hits. They committed an error. St. Patrick wins the game, 2 runs on 9 hits. They committed 2 errors. The run for Bluffton was unearned. Philip Garcia will get the win. He goes 7 innings, gives up 6 hits, 1 run. He was unearned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Joe Grody gets the save for the St. Patrick Irish. He ends up going 2 innings, gave up a hit. He walked a run. He walked 2 runners. And he ends up getting 2 strikeouts, including the game-ending strikeouts. So Garcia the win, Grody the save. The loss will go to Justin Dykoff, but that's a tough loss as he pitches well in his 2nd straight day of pitching. Giving up the 2 runs in the 5th inning, and that was all it was scored from St. Patrick. They scored 1 time, they scored 2 runs in the 5th, and that's good enough to hold up to get the win. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back for the 3 o'clock game. It's the Battle of 212. Bird Island, the Bullfrogs, taking on the Cardinals of Young America. Winner of that game will face the winner of this game tonight at 6 o'clock. Andy Price and Greg Wolford for you. You've been watching the State C quarterfinals. And again, the winner in this one, St. Patrick 2, Bluffton 1. We'll be back right after this break. We'll be back for a 3 o'clock start in a little bit more than an hour. Thanks for watching.
The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.